Hey, this is Alex Power with My Creative Cinema, and today I'm gonna share with you 10 tips for beginner filmmakers on how to create your first short film. Stay with me, we'll be right back. On this channel, I create different reviews and tutorials and give helpful tips to beginner filmmakers just like you. So if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, that you won't miss any of the future episodes that are coming out on this channel. Let's get right into the tips. Tip number 1, create a good story. Before you do everything else, make sure you have story written and a script written and rewritten and checked by other people. It's just a crucial thing for your movie. If you're not gonna have a good story, you're not gonna attract the viewers, no one's gonna watch your film, you will waste your time. So story is the king. Tip number 2, put some money aside for your project. Even if you're on a low budget or no budget film, you still have actors, they eat, they drink. You still might need to get some money for the locations, for the permits, depends on your film, depends on the storyline. You will need this cash, trust me. It doesn't have to be thousands of dollars, but at least put aside a couple of $100 if you're on an ultra low budget. That will help you to keep your people happy. People need to eat, and when they eat, they're happy and they will perform well in your movie. So that's for the crew, for the actors, for everyone. You need to buy them that pizza, you need to buy a case of water for them, and that's it. That's a tip number 2. Get a little budget for your film. The more, the better, but whatever you can afford, put some money aside for that. Tip number 3, casting actors. You might talk to tons of people and double check with them and triple check with them and say, hey, are you gonna participate in my movie? I'm making a short film. Are you gonna be an actor? I'm giving you a main role. Were you gonna do it? And then they will say yes, yes, yes. And guess what? When the day of the filming comes, and they say like, oh, I'm not available. I'm going to Santa Cruz to do some surfing there, you know, I can't just participate in your movie. And you'll be like, dude, I already arranged all of that, I paid for the location, and then what, you know? Make sure you cast right people that gonna be well trusted, and then they're gonna be serious about this project. If you cast someone younger to play an older person, that's not gonna work. You need to find people in the right age category, make sure they're available that day, and lock them in this day, and then make sure they are gonna come to your set for the filming. So take time to do the casting. How can you do the casting? You say like, I don't have room at home, I cannot invite them to my place, what am I doing? Lots of public libraries, they have what they call a rent-a-room program, where they offer a free rental of their space for an hour, for 2 hours. That should be enough for your casting. And you just need to have a library card that should do it, you know. So use that, use the sources. That's really, really good. Tip number 4, do the location scouting. Before you even start writing a script, make sure you have certain locations available for the script. You kind of need to adapt your script for the locations you have. If you wanted to film in some prime location and let's say a restaurant, but you don't have an access to the restaurant, so filming at your living room is not going to be the same. It's going to look cheesy. So make sure you have access to that restaurant before you're writing that script. Or think about your story. Maybe you don't really need to film this in a restaurant. Maybe it can be done somewhere else. Or maybe you will have, instead of the restaurant, you will have access to other locations. And then you can rewrite your script according to the locations you have available. And coming back to the budget, you will need to have a little money aside in case you need to pay these people who own this location for the filming. Most of them will offer this for free, but just ask them. Ask them if they're willing to. In order to film a short movie, you will need equipment. You will need a camera, you will need to have lenses, you will need to have certain things. I'll give you an example. We were making a film and we had a scene inside the car. But when I came to my DP and I asked him, do you have this wide lens that we can film inside the car? And he said, no, I don't have a wide lens. I only have a telezoom lens, and then that's it. And I was like, we were like, puzzled, We had to cancel that day shooting and get this lens and then, start doing this again on another day. So make sure you have all the lenses. If you need to borrow, if you need to buy, or if you need to, have the certain thing, have it ahead of a time. Again, don't do this at the last moment. So make a list of the equipment you might need, and make a list of the equipment that you have access to or you own. And then that way you can see what's missing and you can adjust this. Having the right equipment is a key to success in filming a short movie. Okay, coming back to the equipment, tip number 6, sound. That's really crucial thing for the video, to have a good sound. If your sound's not gonna be good, people's not just gonna turn it off right away. They're not gonna tolerate a bad sound. For recording a sound in short film, usually use a boom pole mic and shotgun mic, and you will record to a separate recorder. You sync this with your sound from the camera on the post-production, and that's the way to do it. That's the process, that's the workflow. There is a cheap microphone you can get, Audio-Technica shotgun mic, costs around $100 and something. That's super cheap for this kind of microphones. Recorders, you can get either Zoom H4 or Tascam recorders that accept XLR input. This is the best setup. I'll leave links in the description for that. If you can't get a boom pole, you can use an on-camera microphone, but it's not going to be as clear as the boom pole mic. And you wouldn't be able to get as close to your actor as you could with a boom pole mic. And hey, make sure you have a separate sound recorder. It got to be a separate person, because if you have a DP doing that, he will be between the sound and the camera. That's not gonna work. You need to dedicate person for each task. That way it will go smooth, and that way everyone will be doing their thing. So make sure you have a good sound for your movie. And again, back to the equipment, tip number 7, have a good light. Get a few LED lights, they're really cheap. You can buy them online for like $30 a piece. They can help you. And watch some videos on how to set up a light for certain scenes. For some scenes you would need to create an atmosphere, but don't film in a complete dark. That's not going to help you. Even if you have a sensitive lens, even if you have the camera that's capable of shooting in the low light, it's still not going to be the same like lighting the scene the right way. Make sure you're lighting your movie properly, and that would make a huge difference. Tip number 8, choosing the right music for your short film. You can't just take a popular song and use in your movie. Then it's going to be a copyright issue. In order to get a good music for your short film, there's few sources available for that. You can either write it for yourself if you're a musician. You can get engaged with local bands and they will write a song for you, and you will have like an agreement with them. Put everything on the paper. Don't go with just a verbal agreements. Or you can go online and find some free music that is copyright free and the creators allowing you to use in your short film. That way when you're posting on YouTube, you will not get a copyright strike. That's very important. Choose a music that is copyright free. These are choices for the music. Tip number 9, keep it simple. Make sure the script you write, the story you write, aligned with the abilities you have. For example, you will have a scene in a flying field with an airplane. But you don't have access to the flying field, you don't have access to the airplane. So what you're gonna do? You can do this green screen, that's one way, or you can just change the scene and create this not in a flying field, somewhere else. So think of that. Think of keeping it simple, especially when making your first film. I don't think you're gonna do it with a green screen. I think you're just gonna film the simple way. Concentrate on the dialogues, concentrate on other things other than just a beautiful location. It always helps to have like a nice location, don't get me wrong, but keeping it simple, that's very important. So keep that in mind. Tip number 10, don't be afraid of getting help from other people. There is more knowledgeable people than you, so just check it out. Post a Craigslist ad, post some ads in some forums, and ask people if they're willing to help. You'll be surprised. Maybe there is a guy or a girl in your neighborhood who's already done lots of movies in the past, who worked in a big production companies, who is willing to help, and then maybe they have free time in that particular day. So check if you can get help with your filming. That will bring your production value to the next level. So get more experience from other people and learn. That was it for today. This was a video with 10 tips for beginner filmmakers, how to film your first short movie. Let me know if this was helpful for you, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, and support the channel with the comments.